I can put this on the shelf now. I think I need to start drinking. Sometime later, as music plays, I'll turn this back on. Okay. Switch over to iTunes. Pause. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Friday. Breath of the Wild. And I thought the Guardians were scary. Clearly, I know nothing. I know nothing. I can only imagine, like, throughout the entirety, really the entirety, but certainly certain sections of the stream tonight, the chat must have been losing their mind. But I stand by the decision to continue blindly forward without any other information. There will probably come a point where we'll allow some tips and tricks and things like that, but we have continued to really enjoy organically discovering the wild in Breath of the Wild. The wild being both the environment, which is incredible and varied, and a lot of thought and care has been put into different elements. And then, of course, the wild also being the creatures which exist in that environment. It's fun. It's fun. We're in the domain of the Zoras. Is where we are, and it's been interesting. But I continue to really enjoy myself, Mao as well. It just makes me wonder, like every week now, what are we going to discover next? What are we going to find? And I don't know, but continues to be enjoyable. Also, we have a date. Actually, just remembered. It's basically right in the middle of August. Do I have my phone on me? August 15th, I think, is going to be our goal. For the YouTube launch of Breath of the Wild. And what's so interesting about that week specifically is that we're going to be launching Super Mario RPG and Breath of the Wild at the same time. So, anyone who didn't tune in on Twitch for these streams is going to be in for a treat, because they're both really good games, and I feel like the streams went really well too. And on Tuesday, we'll have Mario RPG starting, August the 11th. So the 11th, 12th, and the 13th, Mario RPG starts. And then that Saturday, Breath of the Wild. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Dan is really looking forward to editing it. He's tuned in for a little bit of the streams. And he's talked to me a little bit about that. But he's looking forward to experiencing it through our eyes. We don't always do things the intended way, as has been made abundantly clear. When puzzles sometimes are very obvious and we go, don't know how to solve this. We'll come up with a different solution. But, live and learn. Live and learn. Trying to remember about all of the little powers that you have is the thing that keeps tripping us up. Because there's some powers that we just don't use a whole lot of, and you forget they exist. So then you get to a puzzle that requires it, and then you're thinking with like something completely different. But one of the things I've really loved about this game is that it will just let you solve it with many solutions. I think that's really great. It's also a big departure from the Zelda franchise. I mean, very big departure. So much of Zelda has been walk into dungeon, get to central room, fight mini boss, earn the dungeon item, use the dungeon item in the dungeon to get to the boss. When you get to the boss, you help kill him with the dungeon item. And this is just really on its head. So, sorry. I know every Friday I've probably talked at length about this, so I apologize if it's just nauseating at this point, but I have sincerely enjoyed this game. I said it on Breakfast Stream the other day how, yeah, this shot up to the top of my Zelda list for sure, but I'm really curious by the end how I'll feel about it as a game period, like where it'll rank for me, like just in games, because it's just really fun to play. The story is not as light as it was because they're starting to talk more and more about stuff, but I'm not attached to the story. The story is just such a very minimal part of the experience. Like, the gameplay is just so fun. So we'll see if that changes as I continue, if I start to become a little more interested in the history of Link, etc. But as of right now, it's just a friggin' blast to play. It's just a lot of fun. Anyway, so from that clip earlier, you can probably tell that things are moving along a little bit with my old friend here. And they are, and it's great. Oh, I didn't turn the switch off. I should probably do that. So we're getting somewhere. Again, I'm looking forward to when I can finally talk about my experiences. But I will tell you one thing that you probably already knew, and I think I've shared before. When I was playing Skyrim, as I started to get closer to the end of the Let's Play, the game started to crash a lot. Now, I was playing on console. I was playing on 360. But as I got closer to the end, that game started giving me a lot of trouble. And when I was playing Fallout, and this was like 2 years ago, because I've been working through Fallout for a long time. Even when I was playing, 2 years ago, I was starting to run into problems because I had played the game for like 3 years at that point, and it was starting to crash more and more. Working on this finale, I have run into crazy stuff. It like just crashes, like for no reason. Like you fast travel from one area to another. You get to the area and you're there for like 2 seconds, and it just crashes. The downtown area of the game historically has been problematic, but even now, like in what I'm trying to produce, it just crashes. I have had to fight to make this thing, but we're getting there, and I'm at the very least happy about that. And I know people have been waiting for this for a long time, and I'm not ready to announce anything yet, but we're things are happening, and that's good. You coming? You got yourself a little spot? Okay, well, I'm gonna leave the door open. I know you won't mess anything up because you're wonderful. I'm gonna go downstairs, okay? Okay. He'll probably come down in just a minute. When I did the hard drive replacement the other day, moved over all the files, there actually was a file that didn't make it. And apparently that file has been broken for a long time. And I had no idea. I may have mentioned it on the vlog. I can't remember if I did, but April 1st, 2020, April 1st of this year, the vlog's broken. And, that file I already had transferred it to the drives, and it transferred, and I was like, okay, we're good, cool, and got rid of it. So I don't actually have that master file anymore, and I don't know that that's ever happened. Now, it's not a big deal, because I can download the 4K version from YouTube, which is what I had to do, but it is still it's not quite the same quality as the master file. Is it practically visually identical? Practically. So will you be able to tell? No. But it's just like the concept of I had something and it is gone now. I don't know why that happened. I really don't, because I was able to transfer it over to the Windows computer just fine, but there was a problem with it, and when I went to play it back, there was an issue. So hopefully that's not secretly, it happened to any of the other files. But I did move them all to the new drive, and out of everything we moved, which was thousands of files, that's the only problem I had. So I suspect things are okay. It just sucks because I work so hard to ensure that we don't lose anything. So the fact that something got messed up, it's just a pain in my butt. Anyway, I'm gonna have a snack. What you want, Mal? Chips and salsa? Crackers?
Cheese. Cheese and crackers, chips and salsa. Either is fine.
Okay.
Whatever you prefer.
You're sitting down here in the dark.
It's not really in the dark.
Touche. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm tired, but I'm more hungry than I'm tired. And let's be back tomorrow, shall we? Kepi! You coming? He's not coming.